Welcome back. And now tune into the other side of sports. I'm your host, Laws, in the building. We got Aaron, no D today, but we rocking out still. You already know. We got a lot of stuff on tap today. It's going to be interesting conversations for sure. We're going to get into it. For starters, though, Aaron, I know this is probably a touchy subject. Maybe not. Dog, what you gonna do with this Delta variant, dog? That's out here, young. Is you back in the streets? I know you vaccinated all the way up. Like, what's your your take on the Delta variant? Is you bothered by it? Is you just like whatever?
So I don't really know enough about what's going on with it yet to say what I'm gonna do going forward. If it start knocking Bama's down that's vaccinated, then of course I'm gonna be back in the crib. But I have been moving around the last couple of weeks, so we'll see.
Dog, how's it feel, dog, to be back out in the streets?
Amazing, because Bama did like a year and a half, so it
You
definitely
did
feels
that
different.
bid. You did that bid up top, dog. You could.
We out, we celebrate.
Dog, yo. So Rams is out, but that's the thing. I don't even know how to play it, dog. Cause young, when the weather switch up. See, right now it's all warm. I feel like it's a level of comfort with people and how people navigating in situations. But dog, when the weather turn over and Bama's be coughing at bus stops, you already know. I don't even know if I can just like even as much as I've been out like as of late, and I ain't been out heavy, but I'm just saying I've been out more than I have been in a long time. I
The
don't
thing
know,
is, as long as
bro.
it's not gonna kill you, that was the point of like avoiding it
Mhm,
at first and then getting vaccinated because they saying you can still catch it, but you're not gonna
mhm.
catch a super L. From the little bit that I've heard, it's the anti-vaxxers that's getting touched up right now. So,
Mm.
you know what I mean? That's something they got to come to grips with.
You saw Jason Williams got it, and he was like basically saying like just because you vaccinated, just because you wear masks, you social distance, like you can still get it. So just be careful out here. So, I think he's doing okay. But like you said, the anti-vaxxers, them Bama's is pushing daisies and
Right.
and and everybody else is like, what I'm saying? It's a common code almost a little bit like that. So
My how the tables have turned because that's what they were saying in the beginning. Like I'm not getting it. It's just like the cold or the flu, yada yada yada. So
till you
sometimes,
coughing up blood, your
yeah,
chest hurt. That jump, yeah. Yeah. Nah, I think even though I'm vaccinated, finally, of course, it took me a little bit, but I'm still, I'm still walking with caution, dog. Cause
facts.
I'm not trying. I'm trying to protect the household, all that. You know what I'm saying? It goes into it. So just gotta be careful out there. We do have a question of the day. We can get into the question of the day. Question of the day comes in. It says, I've been dating this guy for the past 2 months. We've been out at least a half a dozen times in that span. He always pays when we go out. This time, however, he asked if I would pay for him. I hesitated and asked him what was wrong, why he couldn't pay. He said he didn't have it. If I was expecting to pay and I wasn't expecting to pay and reluctantly pulled out my card to pay. He could see I was visibly bothered and caught off guard by having to pay. I'm old fashioned and just believe it's the man's place to pay for things. I did pay for dinner, but I could tell he had a problem with me not wanting to pay. Am I wrong for having a standard and sticking to it? If I had known I was paying before dinner, I probably wouldn't have shown my true feelings about it. I think he's a good guy, and I want to understand if I'm wrong for not wanting to pay. Uh, that pay for play. What, what you say, Aaron?
So this is right up my alley. And so the first question is how long have they been dating, right? That's the
Two
first thing.
months.
And what define dating? Like in 2 months, have y'all been out 3 or 4 times or
So it
yeah,
says a half a dozen times. So half a dozen, six or so times. So that could be roughly I would say
like
six
once
to
every
eight
other week, something
times.
like that. So
Yeah.
the thing
So
is,
it's frequent enough.
right. So as long as there's consistency and you want to play the gender roles both ways, that's what I subscribe to anyway. Like the
Hmm.
man's supposed to pay, but that comes with certain responsibilities and duties on the woman's part as well. The thing in
Hmm.
2021 is that women want all of the privileges of being men, but none of the responsibilities. So they want to tell you what it takes to be a man, but they have no clue what it's like to be a wife or to play a feminine role. Like they struggle, a lot of them struggle with being feminine. So if there's consistency, I'm with her. I agree 100%. I don't have a
Hmm.
problem
Hmm.
with it. But if it's not, you might need to rethink some things because you can't have it both ways, though.
So this is the thing. So I saw this post this past week. The missus sent it to me or whatever, and I looked at it and I sent it to you, Aaron. So you peeped it already, but I'm gonna show it so you guys can take a look at it and we can kind of talk about that in conjunction with this because I think that they're related. And then we can kind of
Little
discuss.
girlfriend, boyfriend, maybe about a year into
Mm-hmm.
your graduate school, I lost my job. I had always had jobs,
Mm-hmm.
internships, and stuff, so I didn't never had to go without.
And he's a provider. Like that's
Yeah,
just who he is by nature. He's a person who, if we go out for drinks, he's gonna slap his card on the bar and pay for everyone's drinks. So to not be able to do that was
yeah,
taking a toll on
it was
him.
messing me up. So I was like becoming a very angry, different person in that point in time. I'm running out of money. She wants to go on double date one of her colleagues or one of her classmates. And I'm like, no, like, let's eat this Jimmy John's this weekend. Like, I'm just chilling. It's like, no, her boyfriend's coming to town. We're going out. And if you ever met this one before, she can be very much decisive and you don't have much say in it. So we go out. I'm just seeing them order up the menu. You know, we all just, get a drink. I'll have the water, the lemon, please. And I'm just like, counting up because I'm like, oh my God, what are we gonna do when this bill comes? That's all I could think about the entire time. I look down and I see that I had a text from her. It was like, yo, check your account. And I saw that she had quick paid me money to cover the meal so I could pull out my card as opposed to her, pulling out hers. And that just like, that's crazy, bro. Like that right there, I said, when I get my life together, I'm marrying you. You don't have to think that I'm marrying you because you freaking get it, bro. You with me, what was the most humiliating moments of my life, just like she wouldn't let me lose hope.
So after you watch that, now I'm not saying everybody's deserving of the young and holding them down like that, but clearly she recognized just that most men by nature want to provide and like want to, what I'm saying, take
It's not
care of
just one;
stuff.
it's our biological obligation. Period. If you
So
broke, that's not an excuse to deviate from the plan or the design. I get it. Different things work for different people, but the design is the male is there to provide. Period.
yeah. And so she understood that. She was like, nah, I'm gonna make sure that he's still in a position to provide, even if I gotta give assistance. And that's a mindset of a wife, though. That's the mindset of a wife. Girlfriends and people are like, they just, it's very selfish oriented, and it's just like, how can somebody do for me? And for a wife, someone who's looking to be a wife, if that happens to be you, being able to kind of set the difference or understand the difference between the two, because there's a big difference, though.
Huge difference.
The youngins who out here just dating and stuff, they're looking at what the guy can do for them, how the guy can provide for them, take care of everything that they need. You know what I'm saying?
Clean
Live
up
up
all
to
their
this,
messes
have
and bad
this, clean up
decisions.
all the mess. Yeah, do all of that. But the wives out here of the world, the youngins that are getting wifed up, because you heard my man say, he was like, when youngin did that, he was like, it kind of put a battery in his back. Like, oh, she ain't never going to have to, like, I'm gonna make sure she good. And the dude was in graduate school, so it wasn't like the bam was working at Chuck E. Cheese in the suits and just, what I'm saying, not doing nothing with his life. He was out there grinding. So, you know, it's just a different level of support when a young understands how we as men are made. But like when a youngin can see, how can I be an assistant? How can I look out for him? How can I, even early on, dog? Some youngins out here to be like, oh, young, like he got to pay on the first date. I'm not messing going into dates and stuff. And while I'm traditional, just like you, Aaron, like I think the man should be coming into situations looking to take care of, the bills and the financial aspect of it. But it's so refreshing when you got a youngin who looks or is looking for ways to be an assist to you, not to be a burden, not to just suck all everything you got out of your, you know what I'm saying? But looking for ways that they can assist and be an aid to you. That's a different kind of youngin, dog. And them the youngins that be getting wifed.
No, that's a fact. And then also, it's kind of along the lines of what you're saying, but there's a little bit of a distinct difference with the awareness of understanding that there's a difference between men and women and perception and just understanding men. Because a lot of women, especially a lot of these older single women, they don't understand men at all, and they don't know that they don't understand men. So they'll subscribe to a lot of things where they like project their wants onto what a man should want. So I did this for you, which I would have liked. So that's a good thing. And she doesn't recognize these are the things that men care about. Like just little stuff like this. She could easily it's no difference between her pulling her money out and put it on the table versus sending the money to him and letting him do it in most women's eyes. I paid, what you crying about? Like, what's the big deal? But just the awareness to be able to understand without being told, without somebody else having to tell her, like, let me go ahead and do this way. And that's why she ended up with a ring on her finger.
I'd be willing to bet she got a father
that was in the house.
That was in the house, though. I don't know for a fact. I'm just saying, like, it's just different. Like women who understand these different aspects of men, and it's the difference between you out here just being solo dolo or you being wifed up. Cause my man offered this one situation. He said he was like, in his mind, he was like, all wife in this jump, because that sets you apart. If you, I know Kevin Sams, we like to appreciate, but he's always asking the guys the questions. What sets you apart? What makes you different? What puts you in a category where somebody will want to take on whatever you have going on and be willing to be with that for the rest of their life? Like, what do you bring to the table? And a lot of times they don't have answers to that question. They be mumbling and stumbling and all like that. Like, this is an example. Some youngins be asking, like, can you give me an example? But here you go. Exhibit A. This is an example of something that would be something that would stand out to a man and be like, oh, like this youngin different. Okay. Because when you think about like marriage and a partnership and all like that, like, it's supposed to be two coming together, becoming one. And when it's one-sided in some aspects and there's no understanding of the other, like for instance, some people believe in like gender roles, like, the woman should cook and clean and do all these different things. I mean, some people subscribe to that. I'm not going to get all the way deep down into that. But I'm just saying, I cook sometimes, I clean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's simple,
Balance.
dog.
Balance.
It's simple. So, yeah, young. I mean, you listen. It may be uncomfortable for you to pay. Back to the young. It may be uncomfortable for you to pay, and that's because you haven't been in situations like that. But depending on what the level of the relationship is and where you want it to be and want it to go, being able to see how you can be a help me. A help me means that's what Youngin did. She was a help me. She was like, oh, my man, he down and out in this situation. People don't have to know what's going on in our situation. Because honestly, if let's say the tables were turned and she didn't have no bread at all, and he was paying for her, like that would just be par for the course. Nobody would blink an eye. Like nobody would be like, oh yeah, like everybody will understand and everything. But this Bama could be doctorate program, all whatever. People still gonna be like, I mean, getting paid, like, and it's probably gonna be the youngest. It's not even gonna be the other dudes at the table. They like, you know what I'm saying? So Yeah, yeah, yeah. So get used to it, or at least try to get used to it at some point. Um, though tonight, Giannis and them dudes play, and they got this man on the as the lead referee. We back. Is this Stern's orders, dog? 2.0? Can we what is Vegas trying to pull a jug on us, dog? Because I feel like it's this is a game I would not bet on, dog. Stay away. Cause it seemed like you ever seen that the what is it, 3 car Monty where the Bama has like the ball underneath the jump and they keep moving and it's shifting and shifting and you see it and then you think like, all right, which cup is it under? And the Bama's always they follow with their eyes so tight whole time. It ain't no ball under none of the cups. They just done got you. I feel like this is the moves they doing with this because they know it's already been fodder and talk about Scott Foster doing the funny business, and everybody knows the statistics with Chris Paul, the whole back and forth with Scott Foster and Chris Paul. Is this the is this the one that Vegas going to get?
Dog, I'm not informed enough. I'm not touching. There's no way. There's no way.
So where you leaning?
I'm
Jeremy
not leaning
said
nowhere.
that
My
Foster
money
is there
is.
to throw off the gamblers. Dog, which way you leaning?
So you
Somebody
just
got
gave me
Scott
five
Foster
grand,
number
but I
though.
had to bet the money.
Yeah,
So it's not my
yes,
money.
that's where we at. It's not your no. It is your money. 5 grand. You what you gonna do? Where you gonna put it?
Dog, I think they want to see that seventh game, dog. So I would go Suns, but that's based on traditional Vegas logic. It has nothing to do with this series at all.
Okay, so according to you, you saying that Vegas logic says that they needed to go 7. They trying to milk it at the end for as much as they can milk it.
Right. And like Jeremy said, where they throw the Batman in there where everybody like, oh hell no, the Suns not gonna win. And they basically get one more clean house for the end of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we going to see. D, what's up, bro? Just join the crew. Uh, D, we talking about the Suns, bro. We talking about Scott Foster and the Suns. Is the is it gonna go get to 7 games? You muted, D. Well, D, as soon as he get his mic situated, he here. But I just don't see these jumps, these nail biter jumps where Bama's lose their whole house and home with one of these jumps because they like I gotta. I could see the Milwaukee Bucks winning tonight, dog. Cause honestly, what happens if the Bucks win and Scott Foster's calling the game? It's just another loss, and then people gonna talk about it for a few days, and then it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as we may say this is funny business, they cheating, all like that, they've cheated before, and then like 2 days after it, it's just over. You know what I'm saying? And like people just on to the next stuff. So you don't see Giannis and the Bucks winning at all tonight. You pretty much saying that it's going 7. Aaron, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
think it's
going
going
7?
seven.
Okay, it's going 7, though. Yeah, I take the Suns on the money line. That's what Jeremy say. Dog, I'm scared, bro. I'm scared. Cause you know how they do this stuff, dog. Bama's hearts be palpitating watching the game. You can't even like it just I think so. If you gave me the same scenario, Aaron, 5K, I had to put it on one of the two teams, right? Scott Foster hate Chris Paul, though. And I think there's gonna be a lot of eyes in this game, so I can't foresee him doing a whole bunch of extra cheating out in the open like that. But I got the Bucks, though. I think the Bucks do it. I think a lot of people think that the Suns will take it to 7 games and that they wouldn't allow Scott Foster his record to increase one more game against Chris Paul. But I think that there's money behind it. So I think they'll do it. And that's more money than if it go to game 7. So we gonna see, bro. We gonna see. Uh the Washington Wizards. We are here. The Washington Wizards, dog. They selected their head coach. Wes Unseld Jr. is the new Wizards head coach. Do you like the move? Aaron, you there? We have a technical difficulties. What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I don't hate it. You know, my preference was Sam Cassell, but I'll take any black coach at this point. I'm gonna give him a chance.
Okay. Do you think he's the answer to like get us in the right direction? The roster to me is still suspect. And that's the bigger issue.
I mean, to me the roster wasn't that bad. And that was my biggest issue and why I say Scott Brooks is trash. He's had enough talent here, at least in the East, to be a top 4 seed. Mm-hmm. And they're constantly playing under 500 after like his first season here. So I think they had enough talent to be a top 5, 6 seed in the East. But they started off so bad, and then you look at the stretches that they went on during the season, enough talent is there for them to win in the East. I'm not saying they're going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals, but they got enough to be over 500. So I don't think he can do worse. So I think you're going to get to see what talent you have and what you need now versus what you actually saw with Scott Brooks. Because, you know, we always say it's like he just rolls the ball on the court and say, all right, guys, figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nah, we know Scott Brooks' deficiencies was crazy. I mean, they have the 15th pick in the draft. Who knows who they'll draft? You know, we have a history of drafting bums. They got Denny Avdia. Can he progress into a viable option? Who knows? You got Hashimura, who's played sometime. I think he needs to take another step. To me, Hashimura should be what Tobias Harris is for the Philadelphia 76ers. That's what Hashimura to me should be. He should be scoring at that clip and doing more than what he's doing right now. Yeah. So I don't know what they got in mind like for this roster, but you know we lose Lopez, he gone. They got a couple other just scrap players on the team. I think Neto gone, or his contracts are up, so we don't know if they'll re-sign him or whatever. But I'm just like, I mean, you got Bill, you got Westbrook, you got your boy Bertans and Hashimura, and that's really your core. And then everybody, I mean, Thomas Bryant should come back, but he's not a true center. I like Gafford though. I like Gafford. I think you could probably build with Gafford. To me, he's a better option than what's his name? Yeah, than Thomas Bryant. I mean, I honestly feel like you should move Thomas Bryant to the 4, put Gafford at the 5. See, go ahead, dog. He do be playing soft sometimes. And I don't know if this knee injury, recovery from the knee injury is going to add to that, but
he's undersized, dog. I've stood right next to this Bama in person. He's not as big as they play him. He's not an NBA center. He's not a real.
He's not an NBA center.
He's undersized. he's going to struggle playing against bigger players and going to end up staying hurt. That's what happens when you always throwing undersized guys out there.
Mm-hmm.
He can be a
Yeah,
decent, like, come off the bench type player, get you a couple buckets, but he's not going to change shots at the rim. He's not going to be consistent on offense or dominant on offense. So why do you have him out there?
yeah, I mean, hopefully he can come back and give us something though. I mean, you got him under contract. I'm interested to see what Wes Unseld does. Like, just from, I know he'll probably be able to relate to the players a lot better than Scott Brooks can. I think that, of course he's getting equity because of his dad and, the championship his dad brought to the Washington Wizards, or then
Nepotism.
Bullets. I mean, I'll take it, bro. I'll take it. He black, and so of course I want to see him win. I want to see him win. I just don't know, because we get these situations where we just we're not working with the same tools. We got to do more with less. In most cases. And so it's going to be interesting to see how they buy in as a team to his system, his coaching. We'll be able to see right away, dog. You know how I know. Once you see the first game, you see a couple sets, you see like some inbound plays, then you know if the Bama is coaching or not. I knew Scott Brooks from the jump this Bama couldn't coach to save his life.
Yeah, we knew before he got here. But
We
I'm
knew.
going to leave him alone. I'm going to stay off his neck. I'm not going to comment too much on the strategy. I'm going to just let the joint play out and see what happens, at least the first.
Okay. Yeah. Nah, I facts. Speaking of play out, though, what's up with Richard Sherman, dog? The Bama crashed his whip on the highway, got out the jump, walked over to his father-in-law's house, banging on the door, trying to get inside. His wife is there. She called the federales on him. She on the phone talking to the federal. The youngin on the phone, the operator was out of pocket, was rude. I mean, Sherman pleaded not guilty. He sent out a statement saying he was apologetic for, the whole situation. Apparently the Bama was, off the booze. I mean, he's a free agent right now. Is this just his career on ice and he just, trying to figure out what he's going to do after football? Is that one of them situations? Or is it CTE at the door?
So, I mean, you said that was in a car accident. So that he could have had CTE or concussion protocol right then and there. And he drinking. So he was probably wild. I don't know enough about the situation to say one way or another what was happening. This is the first kind of incident like this we've seen for Richard Sherman. It's not like he has an extensive history of like being wild and drunk driving or domestic violence. So I don't really know what to say one way or the other.
Yeah, the Bama was socially conscious and everything. He always been. I mean,
Don't drink and drive. That's all I know.
don't drink and drive, dog. Bad decisions are made with the strong drink, dog. With that nectar in your system, dog. People make bad decisions. So just leave it alone. Especially you get an Uber, take the metro. Yeah, but he left the car, dog. Bama hit the median joint and just left the car there.
He got enough money to buy another.
Yeah, you're right. He do. But dog, life after football be tough for some of these athletes, dog, because they don't be knowing what they gonna do and how they gonna make money.
Been
Especially
doing
if
it since
teams
you
ain't
5
knocking
years
at your
old.
door.
Yeah, it's rough, but it's no excuse. Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, nah, facts. Facts. No, Team USA basketball lost Bradley Beal, lost Kevin Love, who shouldn't have been there to begin with. They had options for replacements. Not Julius Randle, not Trey Young. I know that it was, they picked up JaVale McGee and Keldon Johnson. Can you tell me
So
why they did this?
I actually get the JaVale McGee pickup because of the length. That's one of the comments we made in the Nigeria game where we like, why the hell are the bigs, Draymond, and I can't remember who else they had out there. They need that length and size because the rest of the world still plays big. Like USA basketball, they play small ball. Everybody's shooting a three, and people can shoot in international basketball, but they play a bigger lineup, generally speaking. So they needed that length, and he can do similar things that he did with the Warriors. You know what I mean? Like he's won chips, being that piece that doesn't need. They don't have to run offense for JaVale or get him his touches and keep him in the game. He's kind of like an afterthought, length, play defense, change shots at the rim. So that makes sense. The other dude, and not picking up Trey Young though, that to me, I don't necessarily get.
Yeah, Keldon Johnson, that seemed like a pop guy, like this Popovich guy. He plays on the Spurs, so he has a relationship. He trying to get him some development. He thinks he probably has some star talent. He trying to bring him in. We're gonna put you on USA basketball. If we get an opportunity, you can grow. You know what I'm saying? You can, and kind of get around some of these superstars so you know what they do. And you can kind of grow from association if that's the case. I think that was Popovich's like mindset with probably champion and get this guy on their team. But Keldon Johnson, he's solid. He
He's much bigger too. He's like 6'8", so that's one piece that he might be looking at as far as again being able to play defense, get stops versus what Trey Young brings to the team. When you have a Damon Lillard already on the team. And Bill's not there anymore, so I don't know if they feel like they're gonna miss that offense, but we'll see.
What was Julius Randle snub though? Because
You saw what
Julius
he did
Randle
when the
had an
playoffs
amazing.
started.
He did play like some trash in the playoffs, but the Batman had an amazing season on the low. Like he played a really good regular season.
No, I get it, but you know how
He's
sometimes
deserving.
I mean we'll see. If it doesn't work, you'll be able to say that.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not a huge
I
fan of
just
Randall. Like I don't think he's that good. I get how it came together this year in New York, but I think he is what he is.
yeah.
And Pop
I
probably thinks that
mean,
too.
yeah, I don't know if he snubbed. Nah, I just think to me, Randall, he seemed like that Bama you really don't want on your team, dog. Like he seemed like, and I don't know him personally, but I'm just saying, watching him play, he seemed like the Bama that yell at you if you don't pass him the ball, like one of them type dudes.
And he's
And
been in the league. This is his first
he
time
has
actually looking decent. He's been in the league. He came in with Wiggins and what was that other boy that got hurt that came in that year? Wiggins and from Chicago. He was actually on the
Levine.
Wizards. Nah, it was another like guard from that same school Derrick Rose went to in Chicago. I can't think his name, but he tore his knee up. He actually played for the Wizards, but then his star quality just disappeared after that. But I can't remember what his name is. But he came out in that same draft class, and this is your first time actually saying, "Oh, he might be all right." Like, I think he's one of those guys that he can get buckets when he's playing with bums, but if you put him on a team with other good players, he's basically going to disappear.
Yeah, I mean, I get like, and I don't know Popovich, of course, but to me, I probably wouldn't. He wouldn't have been my first choice. Trey Young, I probably would have brought on the squad, dog. You always need somebody who can get buckets, dog. That's a fact.
Especially with losing Bill. Like, that's a
Yeah,
lot of
you need
offense to lose,
somebody.
and they had
Yeah,
him starting.
yeah, you need somebody who can get buckets, dog. So I definitely would have took a look and at least asked to see if we can get him on the roster. But
So did a
Julius
lot of
Randle, I
players
probably
turn
would
it
have
down?
passed.
That's what
Nah,
I'm wondering.
I,
It seemed like there's a
I don't
lot of
know.
guys that's missing from that you would assume would be on the squad. Maybe injuries. I get that part, but
I mean, maybe they turned it down, because I don't think everybody's so enthusiastic about playing after the season's already finished to play on USA basketball team. I mean, there are perks that go along with the USA basketball team stuff, but it seemed like the USA like whole Olympic stuff is battling COVID and the variant right now,
yeah,
dog. Olympics is on the
facts.
sideline, so I don't know what enthusiasm level is there for players that want to play in the USA basketball. You probably get some gear. You probably get to be international, travel, see some new places. I'm sure all of that is, and then it don't cost you nothing. So you basically just it's a vacation where you playing basketball essentially. So I mean, who knows, dog? Who knows? Um, so NCAA, we talked about the name, image, and likeness. Uh, Nick Saban was asked in a meeting about the name, image, and likeness. And he says our QB has already approached ungodly numbers. It's almost seven figures. When talking about Bryce Young, his quarterback who hasn't played yet. Dog, how are the NCAA teams going to manage players making six figures, dog?
Why you got to manage grown people making money? Why does that need to
Dog,
be managed?
so this is the thing. It's like going from hot water to cold water. You got coaches that was basically treating these Bama's like second class citizens, dog, making Bama's do suicides, all types of funny business. Now you can't really, especially if a player on the team is kind of commanding this dollar amount outside of, it may
But
change.
but that's only if the player is available to play and playing. Like coaches
Mm-hmm.
can still affect players' playing time and that star quality that's bringing in that money. If Obama's on the bench for a season or redshirted when you think he about to be a star because he want to be uncontrollable because he cashing a check, it just defeats the purpose to me. I
Mm-hmm.
think these guys also want to make it to the league. If you act the ass too much, you're gonna have teams looking at you in a way where it's like, do we even want to bring that player on? We know tons of players that come out in the draft that we know are cookers, but for some reason they fall late into the rounds or don't get drafted at all when we see inferior players get drafted. So I think there's still an incentive to, and we act like these Bama's is animals. Like a lot of them haven't had money before, but I don't expect everybody to just start turning
But
into a
dog,
rap video.
but college, dog, is a different animal, bro. I you have 100K in college, dog. How you gonna act, Ern?
The same way them white boys do in the fraternities and stuff in them white schools that's breaded
That
up. They gonna be
that's a
riding a nice
fact.
whip, smashing off a bunch of college youngins. Just come with what comes with the protocol. Ain't no difference.
Yeah, I
It's a
just
lot of people in college that at these white schools that got bread. We not talking about
they
hundreds of thousands. Dog bread. I
that
seen Bama's who parents bought them houses near the school for housing, like bought them properties near the school. They not paying a
that is
dime. Dog,
that's
people
bread,
got
bread.
bread. It's a lot of people in this country that got a lot of money. It might be new to some people, but they'll figure it out, dog. And I don't expect it to be super wild. Like I
So
think a lot of
you
people are
don't think
expecting.
it's gonna be wild at all? You think it's just gonna be regular? I think it's gonna be wild, dog. I think it's gonna be wild. I think in 15 years, the 30 for 30s we hear about with these some of these college players and the stuff they was doing with the bread they was getting, it's gonna be like what?
But the thing is, it's a lot of stuff going on at these schools that people don't know
This that's
about,
a fact. That's a fact. But
and
I'm
a lot of
saying
them are
more of that
getting.
stuff's gonna probably come out now. Cause 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 just think like I
I'm not
said, I
saying
was
it's gonna be church, dog, but I'm just saying
okay.
I don't expect Bama to go off the reservation. I don't foresee a bunch of stuff coming where it's gonna be guys ineligible to play or out here killing people or trafficking children. Like it to me, it just sounds like Bama's is expecting like hell to freeze over.
Mhm.
Like Bama's gonna get some cars that they wouldn't have been able to get. They're gonna get some jewelry. They're gonna have youngins lined up. You know what I mean? You know how it go, but that's the case anyway.
Yeah, that's what Bama's gonna do
If
anyway.
you a cooker, you already arrogant and you moving different than the rest of the Bama's is moving.
Dog, do you see anything like players trying to pass like giving the QB money to give like hook me, dog? Like
The
I need to
QB gonna
pat
have
my
more bread than
stat.
anybody else, dog.
He is, dog. You think it's
Especially at
gonna
these
breed it?
schools.
You
Go
think
ahead.
it's gonna breed like jealousy or like contention on the teams and stuff?
Of,
Because one
of
Bama's just
course,
getting bread and he's like,
that's life.
dog, we eat
Be
noodles and
cook,
noodles, and you out here.
cook, and you'll get the bread.
That
Cook and you'll get the bread, dog.
Nick Saban sound like it's par for the course. This man was like, we giving our players money over here. Like we ain't faking it. He getting that bread, six figures, log it in.
Because it's gonna help recruiting. The branding of being at an Alabama now, you gonna get better incentives and better basically marketing deals than somebody playing at like NC State or some, you know what I mean, almost any other school. So the branding of the schools and the prestige are going to lead to players even more wanting to go there because you're going to get more bread. It's just like players that want to go to the Lakers or the Knicks. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's those select schools that you go to and you already know the bread going to be waiting.
No, I'm trying to get a college coach on here in the next few weeks. Talk about how, like, what are you going to do? How, like, if you're a college coach, how you going to incentivize getting Bama's to your school?
Go ahead and call
Like,
Pat, dog.
I'm calling him, dog. I'm gonna try to get him on here and see what he gonna do. Cause really, this jump, if your school has money, right, or connections, because money
There it
equals
is.
connections.
There it is.
But if your school has connections and you can like get some endorsement deals for your players where they making like, it don't even got to be that much.
Shit. The Bama
If you
said
at
nigga who
Alabama, if you at Alabama, it got to be six figures.
the
But if you
Bama
at
hasn't touched the
D,
field and is close to $1 million already. So imagine if he get out there and start cooking her. People gonna want to get in early. Oh, he going to the league. Let's get in early. What you dog, it's gonna be crazy. We talked about this last week. It's going to get crazy. Imagine a Zion. College basketball ain't started yet. We talking football. Imagine a Zion or LeBron or
no, but it's the thing. How yo listen, Aaron, you my man's dog. If you playing college football and you a cooker and they giving you
Cashing
six
out, dog.
figures and you
Cashing
cashing,
out.
dog. Who
You just gonna do this.
Let me be an agent, dog.
That's what you got to watch out for. It's gonna be dealing with the predators and like even other students. You know what I mean? Trying to get
They
next to you,
already-
youngest trying to get pregnant. It's already like that, but it's gonna be turn it up times 10.
Y'all gonna be poking holes in the
You already know.
magnums, all
You
types of
already
stuff.
know.
You can't. Hey, young, you better protect your neck out here, dog.
You gotta double
I'm
up
about to
on
go.
this
I'm about to
joint,
go
dog.
to Maryland University and start talking to the guy. Like, hey, yeah, man, what's up, bro? Let me get with you. I know you coming in a new class. Woo, woo, woo. Show you the ropes, man. You need to know. Need to make
That's
sure.
how everybody coming at him though. That's trying to get a check. They
Nah,
coming
but
in
you
acting
gotta
like
do-
they trying to mentor him, and then they
Nah, you gotta
on the back end.
You gotta do like they do the AAU Bammers. They come in and they give you stuff. They just give you shoes and gear and take you and just, young, let's go to eat and just take care of you. And then you almost feel like obligated, like, dog, this Bammer just been spending bread on me. Like,
It's
I
too
gotta,
late. You gotta catch him in middle school, dog. You gotta catch him in
Dog.
middle school. This Bama
No,
is 6'3"
but I
in
can't
seventh
be-
grade. You got. I know it's gonna look super wild with you out there just buying kids shoes and stuff like that. But
That'd be at an early game, like, dog, is that your uncle? You know that Bama?
they like this
Nah,
Bama
but he
purr.
be at every game though. Like, hey, young, let's go, bro. Let's go. Yeah, that's the
do 'em
only
early.
way. Like, dog, but this is the thing. They already getting broached early. How early can you get them?
Well, now that there's no issue with the, I don't know how that affects high school rules though. I wonder if they can just start giving the AAU Bamas the super duper treatment.
Dog, because where does this stop? Can I be in AAU or playing high school and get endorsements?
Right. That's what
Is there
I'm wondering.
is there a rule?
There's got to be for high school. There's got to be.
What's the rule, dog? It wasn't even an option for us in high school. Like, I don't know that there's a rule, bro. Who's running it? Not Montgomery County schools.
But you know, most of these school districts are still run by white dudes, and they're not going to let anybody cash out on something they're not going to get a piece of.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that it hasn't happened yet, there's a lot of Bama's that knew they was going to the league. They still didn't take the bread in high school. Not over the table bread. They might have took it under the table, Paul. But it's got to be something in place. Otherwise, we would have seen, like, this would have raised its head before. It's been cookers in high school, especially in this area.
Dog,
We would have heard
Aaron,
something
young,
before.
what's up, dog? What we need to do to be agents, young? I'm gonna just get my agent. Dog, that's an easy job, dog.
You got to add
That's an easy job.
STIN to the end of your name, the Lawstein, and act like you Jewish out this shit. They ain't gonna let you in them circles for real, for real.
Dog, I'm trying to get it. Jeremy says with the new NIL rules, I believe you have to wait until the season ends before you can hire an agent. Dog, I need to just be an agent, bro. Cause young, if you have a likable personality and Bama's trust you, and the thing is, I wouldn't even do it alone. Like, I'll bring you on, I'll bring D. We look at all the contracts together, vet it properly, and then and then you just make sure you just get the best deal.
But you know how
Like,
that dog, they not gonna let you get next to them boys like that when they already have all that infrastructure in place. They
dog,
gonna be leaking stories talking about you touching kids. You know how it work. You touching youngins that you know how it go, Harold. Like this stuff is not accidental when it comes to them. They don't play about their bread and letting new people in the circle. Zero
dog, but
percent
it ain't
chance.
no circle, dog. It's like Instagram. It broke the modeling. You know, remember youngins had to go to modeling school to be a model. You had to be stamped a model before you could do. IG came out, that joint erased the whole demonstration, dog. Anybody off the
OnlyFans.
block. Yeah. You ain't got to go through no vetting process, bro. If you look good enough, you can just call it what you want to call it, and everybody just gonna subscribe to it. That's what I'm saying. It's different,
I give you 90
dog, and it's
days.
early.
You
It's
get a top
early,
five
Ern.
recruit early, watch what's gonna happen. I give it 90 days. Then some younger will come out the woodwork you never seen before. Never seen before.
But you know what they do? It's the same old move. They come in with bread, and then they try to push you off the pot. Like it's just like poker. You raise, they come in with the re-raise, and then they be like, okay, do you really want to play? Because they re-raise all in. You know what I'm saying? You only got $200 at the table. Them Bama's put 500 out there and be like all in. Then you got to make a decision. No, I maybe I should just look for an agency to get down with, dog. Cause all you need is one.
Y'all
All you
try
need
to be
is
like
one. Aaron.
ballers.
One. Cause this is the thing. If you get a Bama who's a like if you pick it right, like you pick a dude who's a bona fide cooker, and I'm not talking about like I'm talking about special. Or somebody who they don't see it special right away. Like you peeped it and you be like, oh nah, this Batman's special. And you ride that all the way to the league. That's it. How much they take? How much they take off top? 3% for the agents.
I think they get more than that. I think they closer to like 10% on
Six.
most of these.
Oh yeah, like probably like six. It's probably like 6% to the agent. You got taxes and all that stuff. Is Bama's in college paying taxes?
You already know. That's what I suspect is gonna be the thing that catch Bama's up is the taxes. Cause you know if you get the
Yo,
drink,
it's grown adults who don't pay tax.
facts. Bama's gonna get that bread, go buy jewelry, cars, party, and then when Uncle Sam come calling in April, Bama's gonna be looking at each other like, I gotta enter the draft now.
Dog, unless you work out a deal with the school to be like, look, everything I get, I'm not coming unless you take care of my taxes for me.
But I
And
don't
I
think
don't
the
want. And I'm not
schools.
talking about no pay hit, because schools don't pay taxes the same way.
Oh, you want the Bama's to get the church exemption, like where they don't have to pay taxes on the. They never gonna allow that. Never. They already feel like they got to pay slaves all of a sudden, so they're never gonna allow tax exemption. Never. Bama's is grown. Just pay your taxes.
It ain't that easy, dog. When all the bread spent out to the account for mom, cousin Lou, Gary, Sam, nothing you could do. D, what's up, man? You finally here?
Man, look here, man. Computer. Hey, that update kicked in at the wrong time. That thing was running, man.
D, you came
Shucks.
just in time, dog. I might do a whole rundown. This is a rundown. Get your thoughts. All right, first, yeah, we're gonna do that. First story of the day was Youngin didn't want to pay for her date, and the question is, should she pay? They've been going out, stepping heavy a little bit, and he paid every time. And then one time he asked her to pay, she wasn't with it, dog.
Nah, she shouldn't have to pay. But it also depends upon how the whole joint was set up, though. Did he ask her to go out, or did she ask him to go out? Cause
Does
that
that even matter
it
though?
does matter. It does matter. Cause you're offering. That's like you saying to a young, hey, let's go out to eat at such and such place. But then when you get there and you sit down, when the check comes to the table, be like, can you pay for this joint though? Like that sounds crazy. Come on, man. You can't do that.
So if you went out with a youngin 8 times and every time you paid, y'all went to 5 star, 4 star restaurants, you know, y'all did it all 8 times and you paid every time. And then one time you be like, oh, can you give me today?
It's a caveat to that. Is her rent due, or did she already pay her rent?
Yeah, but
That's what I'm thinking. Like it's a test. Like, all right, she ain't paid her rent. We gonna see if she trying to run a move and just out this joint eating for
right,
free. You know what I
right.
mean? So it all depend on is her rent due or not.
That's it. That's exactly what he's trying to test the waters. Is trying to see
Mhm.
is she really just trying? Cause I know a lot. I know youngins that get free meals all the time. I'm only talking to the dude because he won't give me free meals, and there's nothing else but free meals getting. You know what I'm trying to say? Because she knows she's not
They
gonna
got
pay
the free meal lunch plan jump,
all
dog.
And
day,
he eating places that she wouldn't normally eat with her own money. So
right?
dog, you already know the drill. You
And then
know the drill.
and what is she ordering on that menu? It's not salads. She getting lobster tail,
Steak.
crab legs, like you know what I'm saying. You already know what the game is, so it just depends. To me, if a younger wants to pay for it, though, that be has something that she offers. I would never, personally,
So
as a man, would never ask a female to pay.
is she okay? So let's say this. Let's say she do pay for the jump. Are you gonna look at that youngin different?
For sure.
What you
And
mean?
the
What if
good,
she just
you
okay?
said
Go ahead.
what if she what you said?
Like y'all sit it down at the table. Y'all been out 8 times, and she's like, "Look, don't worry about it this time. Like it's on me. I got it."
Hmm. Yeah, that's vicious
Is that wifey material?
for sure. You got to realize too that is a rarity. You know what I'm trying to say? That's how I
Facts.
met my. I mean, look, when I was
It
going on with
set you
my
apart.
jump,
It set you
set
apart.
you apart on another plane. You on a different plane right now when you offering. You know what I'm trying to say, and not just expecting. Because I feel like now there's an expectation for men to do certain things, but not in the other way. It doesn't work in both
Ding ding
directions.
ding ding ding. You must have been
No,
listening earlier,
you
D.
must have been listening earlier, D. Okay, next topic. Wes Unseld Jr., new head coach of the Wizards. What you think, dog? Good, bad,
Obvious,
indifferent,
obvious.
obvious,
Yeah,
the nostalgia, area
of
nostalgia.
course. The
Got him.
blood,
Uh-huh.
nepotism, all that stuff is in there, man.
No, the Batman been listening. All right, Sherman out here, CTE scan. I don't know if it came up negative or positive, but he was out here wilding in the streets, crashed his whip into a median, then got out, went to the father-in-law. I'm surprised the father-in-law ain't come up. Maybe the father-in-law is old, but I'd have been like, dog, don't come to my house. I don't care if you play in the NFL. You can still catch these hands, dog. Sons in full. Don't come at my door acting crazy. Uh, but he issued out an apology. You know, his youngin called the federalities on him because he was drinking and driving and all like that. Is it CTE or is he just you just giving him a pass on this one?
So the some of the things they were talking about with him wanting to he being in a lot of depression or
Mhm.
whatever. What was he like? Is that stuff true, or is that just people just
He's a
thinking?
free agent right now. Maybe, not having a job, life after football, that could be playing a part in it.
You know what I'm saying? But he always seemed like a guy that had plans after football. Just the way he carried himself, I always thought he would have something to do after football. Like that wasn't his whole life. But I
Mhm.
could be wrong. But that's just kind of the demeanor I got from Richard Sherman. And but again, that CTE is real, so that could also be playing a part. And you gotta look at his frame, bro. So you playing cornerback, and a lot
Yeah.
of times he'll make them business
When Derrick
decisions to
Derrick
make
Henry come hit you.
right, right. How you gonna tackle him? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it could be, but
Mhm.
I felt like at first they played it out of they ran that cycle of him in that whole situation, and no one really got the whole thing. And then the whole thing with the person, the 911 dispatcher,
Oh yeah.
cutting up how that she was. It's
Yeah.
just I just think I don't know, man. Really and truly, he may have CTE. That could be it, or he
Mhm.
could be going through depression. They're still human
Yeah.
beings, even though they're
Yeah.
athletes and millionaires. You have mental
Yeah.
problems too.
Yeah, nah, facts. Yeah, the operator definitely was on some MAGA moves, way she was talking. Uh USA basketball, Bradley Bill's out, Kevin Love's out. They bring in JaVale McGee and Keldon Johnson, and they skip over Julius Randle. Is it a snub and Trey Young? Is it a snub or that was smart.
I mean, it could be a snub, but is it really a snub? I just feel like the USA team is not what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know people even cared, honestly, because I feel like the best players don't always try to be on a team anymore. Like it was like one of those things back in the day when Jordan, that first dream team, second dream team, it was like, man, you wanted to be on there to represent the USA. Now it's just like,
Yeah, call Mo and Larry, see if they try and hoop.
right, yeah. It don't have the same effect, you know what I'm trying to say? And you know, so I didn't know players even cared about it, to be honest with you. I was surprised by Trae Young and the way he responded. I didn't see anything from Randall, but I didn't know it was that big of a deal, and that's why I thought they got Julius Randle. Not JaVale McGee, because they needed talent. They needed something to fill that, and they didn't have any. So, because no one else wanted to play.
Yeah. And then it brings us here, dog. Nick Saban says that their QB already getting 7 figures, dog. Is the jump about to be a wild, wild west, or we just think it's being blown out of proportion because it's predominantly black league, black kids? I'm thinking about being an agent myself, dog. I'm about to see what kind of credentials I need and start following these kids at these middle schools so I can see who out here cooking.
See,
because it's about to be money. It's about to be money to be made, dog.
Oh, the vultures are gonna be out in full effect. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the vultures, the wolves, but they're gonna be looking.
Aaron say they ain't gonna allow me to get to the bread. He said they gonna push me off the pot before I even get close.
Unless he add Lawstein to his last name. That's what I
said. That's the only way, huh? You gonna get
the only way.
Cause that's the last thing they want. Cause it's gonna
they own that.
Right. That is very true. So that's the thing right there. I think too is like, how do the other? I'm thinking about myself when I was in college. That was some years, many, many years ago. But if I had the ability to make 7 figures in college, what type of mayhem would I be causing?
No, that's how I try to say. Aaron trying to fake like he wouldn't trade the Bronco in and get him something.
But y'all act like y'all wasn't already causing mayhem at that age bracket. It's just gonna be elevated.
Not as much
the young is just gonna look different.
Not as much as we could, though. And the thing is, we got no's. We got some. Dog,
right. The only difference is you're gonna get everything you want. That's the way life was intended to be.
And that's not good.
That's the way life was intended to be.
When you get everything you want,
get what you want.
That jump backfire on you.
How?
Dog, because Bama's overindulged, dog. Yeah, Bama's overindulged.
You know when
you was a kid.
Right.
I was never like that, dog. I was never ever like that.
But you didn't have 7 figures though either.
Yeah.
Facts. But even now, look at my lifestyle compared to what most Bama's lifestyle would be.
But Aaron
in my
is different,
shoes.
though. Aaron is different, bro. It's different.
Right.
I got
this. This what you do. This what you do now. This what you do. That's what you do now. That
ain't, I'm not buying coke. I'm not in this drink coked up and wild and young as all hanging off the walls. That's not my life.
That's the thing, man. You got 6 figures in the account. Bama's might make suggestions that you would immediately turn down without it.
Give me an example.
But when you got the...
What are they going to do that the white kid's not doing on fraternity row? Just name me 3 things. They probably going to have the straps on campus. I'll give you that.
They going to have the straps.
They going to have the straps. So, but other than that, they not busting them joints. Them diamonds is really soft for real. So what else going on?
But it's the thing too. You got to you taking out the element when you got bread in your account. See, not having a bread keeps a level of like you could lose it all to a simple like. But when you walking on water on campus, everybody's sweating your job. You the man, and you got the bread already.
But what's the exact like? What are they going to do that's so animalistic and wild that's just going to tilt college sports off the rails? I can't envision these things that everybody else is thinking these Bama's going to be doing, other than the taxes. The taxes are going to be an issue. I see that Drake coming. Outside of the taxes, what are these issues that these Bama's is going to be wilding on? Can you possibly smash more youngins than you already smashed as an elite basketball player on a college campus?
Nah, you're already getting them all. You're already getting
You
it
can
all.
No,
you
you know,
barely
no, no,
breathe.
no. You're getting a different class and a different demographic as well. Just like we said, just like I said, I'm about to be trying to be an agent. It's youngins out here looking at these Bamas in college differently than they was
Right.
before. Because it was just college youngins for the most
Now
part.
it's
I mean, of
grown
course,
women.
now it's grown women like,
Yeah,
hold on,
yeah, yeah, yeah. This young boy got
turn.
7 figures, and
Dog,
he
but this
20.
happens already, dog. It's like you. I feel like you in a time machine with Instagram, dog. These jokers is already living these lives. Niggas in college is smashing IG models, semi celebrities, like like this is already what's going on.
Yeah, but I think, you know what it is? I think in those situations, that's of their own doing in a sense. If they open up the gates, it's the white man now allowing them to do that. And I think it's the source of how they're doing it. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you already know if Obama's doing that on his own time, I get it. But if the source is coming from them, I don't know if they're gonna want that. It's different for us. They just don't want to see us to be on that level where you got 7 figures and you know these sports are predominantly black athletes that are driving the revenue to the schools.
Mhm.
So you already know a lot of these guys come from places that some backwards town somewhere he was cooking, and now he go to 7 figures from eating
Noodles
water,
and noodles,
water and
dirt in the cup.
cornflakes. Yeah, water and cornflakes. Like you, bro, that's gonna make a major difference in that dude's lifestyle. That is he gonna be able to handle that? You know what I'm trying to say? But hey, look, I think they deserve it. To be honest with you, all the
No,
stuff
they
they're
definitely
doing for the
deserve it.
school, it's
I
just
don't care. Yeah, let them figure it out, dog. I don't like.
Yeah, let the jokers figure the joint out.
yeah, yeah,
Let them
yeah.
figure it
I
out,
just
Niggas get in
dog.
wonder
trouble before you start indicting them out this joint. This Bama Harold already got a list
Dog,
that he
because
what,
I
put
was
what was the
together.
wilding,
list? What was the
dog.
list?
I
What
was
was the list?
wilding. Because I was wilding with no bread, dog.
He
So
projected he
yeah,
projected his
you're
youth
right. You're
onto
right.
these Bama's, dog.
Dog, they
But you
got more
got,
access. Yeah.
yeah, and plus you got to remember too when you because you ain't had no bread when you was younger, you had to be more creative. When you have less, you have to be creative. It
Yeah.
forces you into a creative spot. Whereas when you got bread, a lot of these guys, man, some of them come up with the silver spoon in their mouth. They don't
Yeah.
have the creativity to do some of the stuff
Yeah.
maybe we were doing when we were younger. But
Yeah.
bruh, at the end of the day, I let that man pay them boys, man. Pay them 7 figures though. You think 7 figures is too much though? That's my question.
Dog, he
Seven.
got it before the He got it before the season, though.
He
He
ain't
ain't
played a
played a
game,
snap
B.
yet.
So imagine what a Zion gonna get.
Oh my gosh, he didn't even play. He haven't stepped on the field yet. He got 7.
Not once.
Wow,
Nick Saban said he real close to 7. Pause.
yikes! I'm about to say big time, but but yeah, for real, that's crazy to get that type of money that quick, and he
Dog, before
hasn't
the
even done
fall.
anything. He hasn't done
Y'all got
anything,
some sons now, dog.
Dog, before Labor Day, this Bama's breaded.
bruh. That's gonna be a lot of childs walking around with no fathers on campus. More than, but they're gonna be sowing the seed everywhere, bro. They're gonna be sowing the
Dog,
seed.
I tell you who can't deny his seed.
Yeah.
I
This
love the
Bama
segue.
he can't deny his seed at all. That is
Goodness
you, bro.
gracious. Clone.
That is
bro.
the young. She got a
Yeah,
grown
come
man
on.
face
Yeah,
as
she
a baby,
does.
dog.
Yeah.
She
That's
look exactly like
crazy.
this dude.
She looks just like her father, man. Like
Dog.
perfectly. Daggone, that look just like her. Can't deny her,
Yeah,
man.
his genes strong, bro. Strong. Oh man. All right, man. Well, before we get out of this jump, Tom Brady, he the GOAT, dog. Undisputed. He played with an MCL, made it through the whole season, won the Super Bowl. That's just, I mean,
Does that change anything for you?
Yeah, I'm about to say, because even without that, he was already GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He got the numbers, he got the chips. It's hard to say otherwise. Some people say Montana based on how he played, but he the GOAT, man. You know what I'm saying? He the GOAT. I hate to say it, but I hate to say it. But this is what I had to say though to that. If Brady's the GOAT, is Belichick the GOAT too of coaches?
To me, Belichick been the GOAT.
Okay, so if Belichick's the GOAT of coaching, and
cheating and all.
Brady's
Cheating and all.
cheating and all, and then Brady's the GOAT of quarterbacks, Is Eli Manning Hall of Fame then? If he beat
Hold
the
up,
two
what?
goats?
Hey. Harold, you can't. You go to the chat right now. This got to make it to the show before we log on.
Just tell me what it is, dog.
No, you gotta
Just
go.
go.
You gotta see
What?
it and hear it for yourself.
What I gotta see in here, dog? Hold on, I'm here. Put it up. Put it up to the
All right,
so we
this a white man talking. Keep in mind.
okay.
I mean, I know I'm black.
Do we have a house nigger in here?
Okay.
Do we?
That's a council meeting.
Would she please stand up?
Y'all are seeing this, right? Camera.
Wow.
Did nobody go to his chin immediately?
Tarrant, Alabama. Everybody else was white. She the only black one in there.
See,
They gotta buck him down outside like he at the club. He gotta go to sleep in the parking lot. Get him out of here.
dog, you saw that video I put it in chat where the Bama guy he tried to like take them punches and then got laid out sleep. Dog, but this is the thing. This is behavior like this. You got to make it unsafe. I'm sorry, dog. I'm not even trying to preach violence. I'm just saying it got to be unsafe to be disrespectful to people in public forums. It just got to be unsafe. Because then
Gotta treat him like
people
it's
will
the
stop
black hole
doing
let
it.
out, dog. Catch him right in the parking lot. Last time he ever say something
like he was
that.
walking on the back of the black hole. You stepped on the Bama butt of Tim's, and then it's 40 Bamas waiting outside to get you.
Nap time.
One of the scariest feelings ever, dog. When it's 40 Bamas waiting for you.
And you trying to duck behind other people to get by.
You trying to be not seen, dog. You unbuttoning your shirt, just putting your wife beater on, just trying to change clothes so Bamas don't recognize you, dog. That's what kind of uncomfortable it got to be for people who want to decide and make choices to say stuff that's unacceptable. Facts. And it's just straight like that, dog. I mean, I've been blessed. People not really talking crazy around me like that. But you know, sometimes and I've seen people and different people, they get caught off guard. Like somebody says something reckless and they be like what? And then they don't know how to respond or react. Oh, I know how to respond and react.
See, it all
Yeah, I
depends on
know.
the person. Some people have that knee-jerk reaction and that gets you in trouble, even though you were wronged. You know what I mean? That's why people don't know how to react. Sometimes. I know for myself sometimes I can overreact. So the old
dog.
me.
Not the born again, not the born again.
Yeah, the old me will
old Bama
overreact.
come back. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's unacceptable, bro. That's wild, though. That's wild that Bama in 2021, Bams is still talking like that
Why not?
because it ain't unsafe.
It ain't unsafe.
That's why
Yeah.
it ain't unsafe, though.
He walked to his car fine, went and got ice cream. Like his day was regular.
And ate some chicken. Some hot sauce.
That's what I'm saying. But if it's unsafe, it wouldn't even. The thing is, those thoughts wouldn't even cross your mind.
Not ever.
Like you wouldn't utter it out loud if there was a consequence tied to it. So
And he thought it was funny too when he said it.
yeah,
Bama
let's
stood
make
up and
racism
everything.
unsafe, dog. Let's make racism unsafe. That's all I got to say. Because if it's unsafe, it won't happen. Bottom line. Yeah, dog. Okay, that'll end the show, right? Follow us at OSS 980 at Other Side of Sports. Shout out to Jenna Garcia. Shout out to Sports Talk Tasha. Shout out to kicking it with G-Man. Shout out to Ben Knows Best. And D, you what's up with the variant? You good? You not
What's that mean?
you staying inside off the variant?
No
The
football
Delta
Sunday.
variant? No football Sundays?
I don't know, man. We're gonna see how this thing play out.
1 month. We got 1 month left.
Bro, 1 month. I mean, training camps already started and everything. Somebody, Cam Akers tore his ACL already?
Torn ACL out of there, though.
So we gonna see. They already get. Hey, look, they ain't stopping. The NFL said, look, all fans back 100%.
They
They
don't
ain't
care about
stopping.
health, dog.
They about to tear
They
that
trying to
Bible Belt up.
recoup, dog. It's on recoup mode. They on recoup mode.
For sure. Hot dog price is gonna be $10 for a
Dog,
hot
you
dog.
already know concessions about to be $40 for a hot dog and some fries.
Dan was already there, dog. He ready for this joint.
Yeah.
One of them Hebrew nationals like $12, dog.
Right.
It's gonna be 15 to 20 now. A hot dog, 15. A glizzy, Glock glizzy. You want 2 glizzy Glocks? $40, dog. A dub for a glizzy Glock. It's gonna be a dub. A
And they gonna
drink.
pay it happily.
Dog, hold on. We ain't even discussed. We got a little bit more time. The Nats was bust. They was busting out at Nats
Bucking.
Park, dog.
It's
Fucking.
still Southeast.
Better act
If
like
you build
know.
it, they will come.
People forget. They forget.
Dog, I'm trying to tell you, for those who don't know, Southeast used to be Beirut, dog.
North of the wall in Game of Thrones, that was Southeast
Dog.
in the 90s.
You did not want listen. That part, like what is it, John? Benning Road and up that way, bro. You didn't want to walk around that area, bro. Like at nighttime, during the day, like
So
it
what
was
if you lived over
B and E game.
what?
Like it was everything, dog. It was fireworks every day, dog. It was 4th of July with that jump. And now, you know, it's a different demographic out there. It's gentrified, but not every place. Not
And
every
even
place,
if it
dog.
is, you only 5 minutes away. So Bama stick is sweet.
Yeah,
That's the thing. It go to sugar to doodle real quick if you go down the wrong road.
yeah, nah, dog. That jump.
They said the third
I don't get
base.
nervous the same way. But I remember, dog, that so there's a few places you just don't want to be, dog. Baltimore, certain parts of Baltimore, dog. I got it's stories, dog. My man dad got kidnapped and thrown in the trunk out Baltimore, dog. It's real in the field out that jump. Baltimore, I'm wearing a vest. We going up that jump. I'm like, hey, young, I gotta give me something because it's wild. Southeast ain't like that no more, but it's still
It depends on where you're at in Southeast.
it can still go down, bro. If you don't have your helmet on and your fatigues, it can still happen, dog. So Nats Park, I don't know what's going on, dog. It's been a hot summer, bro. It's been a real hot summer.
Yeah.
Everywhere though.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Bama's is
dog.
hurting
So,
out here.
yeah. Yeah, it says I'm tired of these white folks surprised that the shooting can happen in South Capitol Street. Dog,
They thought they was exempt, Jeremy.
till it
But y'all
happened,
know y'all about
bro.
to have a white mayor now.
Oh, you
They
already
about
know.
to run her ass out of there. They about to run Bowser
done.
out of
She
that joint.
finished.
Yeah. They're gonna put black tar over that Black Lives Matter joint and everything.
Yeah, that's first thing. That's first order of business. So yeah, she done though, because it's too hot and nobody like it. One thing if it's a respected man, like if Marion Barry was still in Joan, that Bama could just get on a press conference and be like, "Hey, yeah, I need everybody to chill out, put the guns down, relax, let us get to winning, just chill out." And Bama's would probably chill.
Ho. You know he was mayor when the murder rate was 600 per year in
Nah,
a city with
but
only
he was-
300,000 people.
He was getting money though. He was getting money. Everybody loved him. He ain't never say that because he was getting money. But I'm just saying, like he had respect
Fact.
till he got caught in that hotel room. But the respect.
Then he got
was
elected
there,
again
dog.
after that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's the type of respect that Bama had. Like he could do no wrong.
do miss that
When
Bama
people
team.
rock with you, they gonna rock with you heavy. You know,
He was so black, Congress took his budget rights out of D.C., and now the budget got to go through Congress. They said, oh, hell no.
crud. But they not trying to make DC a state though. What's
Right.
up with that, young? They just
Two more
Yeah,
they
senators.
just shelved that.
That mean they can't do that racist stuff.
That's how I was getting ready to say. That's why I don't want to do it. They'll
Biden don't
never
want that
win.
either.
They'll never
Dog,
win.
how do people in DC vote?
Well, they have representatives, but not senators. And senators are the ones that's basically controlling all the BS that Bama's is dealing with now, especially those federal judges and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, dog, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. All right. Is that everything? Shout out Sports Reality, Jeremy John guy. Give him a shout out. He rocking with us heavy. Um, yeah, we be back next week. I'm gonna try to go ahead and holler at my man Pat, see what he talking about, what kind of bread he gonna give, see if he can give me the rundown how I can get this agent bread. Be on the agent, I send players down. You know how. Listen, we can get this money, bro.
hell, trying to get this man in trouble already, dog. Let this man get a season before you start trying to pull a move.
Oh, all right, man. We out.